Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So in this video, I really want to speak about time. This is kind of where the direction I'm going. This is where I'm receiving a lot of messages, all the downloads. It's all about time. And I'm writing my second book. It's pretty much done. And it's all about time as an illusion, but how we can make it work for us as human beings, being in this moment of time, in the present moment. And yeah, that's the thing. Time is so interesting. It's such an interesting concept to wrap your mind around. But I really want to begin to say that how we can start looking at time is not in a linear way, but as a circle of life, and bringing it back into our soul's journey, into our soul's blueprint, and really understanding that time is an illusion and it's not linear, but an energy of actually within. And the more we understand this, we begin to reprogram our minds to start understanding this, knowing it, believing it, and trusting it, and allowing it. And this reprograms the subconscious mind. So that's why it feels kind of, if you hear me speaking and you're like, wait, what? Time is an illusion and it's within me and it's a full circle and it's the circle of life. And yeah, like, how does that even make sense? And the reason why it seems so foreign to you and just kind of hard or difficult to grasp, it's because our subconscious mind, we've been programmed to think otherwise. We have been so told since we were born that, okay, this is the year ahead, it's linear, this is the calendar, here's the clock, here's your age, here's all this. And you begin to get programmed by society in this time frame, in this time warp almost, of just not even the truth, the authentic truth about time. It's, time is very created, man-made. It is a man-made human form. And in the universe, really just time doesn't exist. It's not there. Everything is happening all at once when we look at it from the universal perspective. And we begin to be like, wait, but how does that make sense? And you can even see just even my mind still too, after I've done so much research, so much trying to understand and write a whole book on the idea that time is an illusion, well, the truth that time is an illusion, but how we as humans can begin to surrender and allow it to work for us. But it's still that whole process of understanding it. So this is where you begin first. This is how you begin. You start to begin a new dialogue with the idea of time. You start reprogramming your subconscious mind to understand that time it's a journey. It's a soul's journey. And see how less resistance that feels when someone's talking about how time is running out. Oh, I hate getting older. Oh, aging's horrible. When you understand that this is your soul's journey, it's your soul's blueprint. It is the universe, it's the energy, it's the flow, it's the vibration, and that everything is energy. And you begin to understand this, and you begin to know this and trust it and believe it. And especially in your subconscious mind, you begin to start seeing a different energy with time. You begin to see, okay, I can actually do this. I can create what I want. I can begin to evolve and expand without that anxiety or tenseness about that there's a lack of time, that time is running out, that, you hear so much. I hear this so much with a lot of spiritual and positive like speakers and motivational speakers, that people say, time is precious. And that is a very true statement. But there's also, when you think of it, there's some resistance in there. There's a bit of like a little like, oh, there's not enough time. When this is the whole thing about also death. It's there's no such thing in the death experience. So if we can bring back in the idea that there's no such thing in the time experience, then we begin to create a different dialogue with everything. And we ease up on our perspective on so many things, on so many fears that the ego has put on in our minds, in our conscious, in our subconscious. And really the true essence of our being and how we get everything done and how we become creators, how we become successful, how we begin to start living a joyous life is leading through the energy of love. And when we're leading through the energy of faith, you know, some human beings, yeah, they can manifest success. They can attract what they want. But when you're leading from a place of fear and you're manifesting that, they're never happy. There's never this joy or fulfillment or this satisfied feeling with their success. So that's where you find there's human beings that are always chasing after this. And then you look and you're like, how can that person who has so much, who's, you know, not a happy person, but they keep attracting it, and you're like wondering, why is that? It's because they're manifesting from a place of lack and fear, but then they're expecting their desires to come. But that doesn't mean that they're fulfilled as their soul, as their energy, as their alignment. This is the great question on planet Earth. How do you measure success? How do you, as an individual, really measure it? Because, you know, I've heard this so many times, and there's people who I've worked with, who I've spoken to, who are super successful, but then their relationships are horrible. Their life, they're not happy. They're in a bad mood constantly. They're pissed off at the world. They feel everything is against them. So imagine walking around with that energy and vibration and that feeling, and understanding that, like, okay, you might look at someone like the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, but really you don't know that person could be full on miserable, or they could have a lot, but they've lost all their loved ones, or they have no relationships, or everyone's just after them for their success, their money. So there's so much to it. There's so many layers when it comes to manifestation. And this is the thing you hear all the time, manifest everywhere. And a lot of coaches, yeah, they're great coaches and they speak on that, but then they're not really unfolding the layers of the soul, of the journey, of the process, of what it's meant to feel, how you should be moving through life, what feelings should feel good, what energy you should be tapping into. So that's where a lot of my teaching stem from, that yes, I believe you can create, manifest anything you desire, but there's also divine timing going on. There's a divine energy, an understanding. And the more I tap into my soul's journey, and the more I learn spirituality, the more books I read, the teachers that I've learned from who are now passed, but I still listen and listen to their lectures and read their books, and I begin to understand that this really in life, it's patience. It is an understanding of faith and patience, and that is the true understanding of the energy. So back to time. See, this is why I go always off. Always in a different direction I'm going. But no, with time, if you begin to program your subconscious mind, which you probably have heard me, I'll bring up the Joseph Murphy concept right now real quick. Get the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, if you have not got. I've done a video below, I'll link it. so you can watch it, you have to think your conscious mind is the captain of the ship. Your subconscious mind is the crew members. Begin to start giving orders to your subconscious mind. So start saying, hey, subconscious mind, or guides, or my crew, or, whatever works for you. Begin to say, I believe in divine timing. I trust in divine timing. I understand divine timing. I understand the soul's journey. I'm going to move from a place of love. Help me move from a place of love. Help me begin to manifest what I desire, but in the right divine timing. Help me begin to create an idea of that aging and getting older is the most beautiful thing on this earth. That expansion and that spreading my wings and evolving as a being is allowing my soul's purpose, my journey. I understand this. I get this. I'm receiving this. I'm knowing this. I'm stepping into my true power. I'm stepping into my faith. I'm stepping into good vibration, good energy. I'm allowing things to come to me. I am allowing the creation and the right ideas to inspire me, to lift me, to evolve me, to move up this staircase, this beautiful staircase that I'm just evolving and expanding into the true essence of who I'm meant to be and what I'm about to become. And this is my becoming. This is my understanding. This is my evolving. This is my expansion. So really allowing that dialogue, that rampage, that expression, feel what feels good for you. And then you begin to allow your feeling to move you. Not the words, but the feeling of the words. The energy. This is the thing. How you create, how you manifest. It's not about the how. It's not about the when. It's about why does it make you feel that? Why do you want to feel that way? Why if you had that right now, why would that make you feel better? Asking yourself this. Getting real specific about what it is you want, but feeling for it and understanding it and having the patience and the surrender. That is the key with just time and divine timing. Understanding this and trusting this is really what will change your relationship with time. I think so many of us, we're really we're shifting. And it's so interesting because the planet, I hear so much kind of fear-based talks and then a lot of positive, where we're going, what's happening. Everything I download and channel, I don't receive any messages of fear. I don't receive any messages of lack. I receive that there's a lot of people on planet Earth that are coming from an ego point of view, which is understanding. You hear a lot about evil, dark. Let's rephrase that into very ego. If I could invite anybody to ease up on the idea that they're calling someone evil, someone dark, that they don't have the right intentions, and yeah, they probably don't. Let's say they're coming from their ego place. So I see a lot of that going on. A lot of people are coming from that ego place. But this is where the ego comes in. It comes in from a place of fear. And when we begin to allow ourselves to reprogram back to our true essence, which is love, which is our true vibration, is vibrating from a place of love, not lack or fear, then we can allow ourselves to really understand the truth and really start seeing things from a bird's eye view and from planet Earth.